Hi, this is Tammy. This video and this channel's content is meant for those that are 18 and over. Thank you. Okay, so let me share with you the items that I picked up from Michael's. So the first item that I got is this wooden blocks set. It was regularly $10 and it was marked down in the clearance section to $4.97. So I got this to make some little mini book stacks. So I had originally been in the wood section and I was going to pick up these little wood pieces that were, I think they were $1.97 each. But it made more sense for me to get this package instead because I can make more than the one set that I wanted to make. So I was going to make a set of like 3 books, and so I can make more than that with this kit. So I got that. I got this cute little sign. This was $1.99, and I thought that I could print out a printable or something like that that said something about organic egg farm or Easter bunny patch farm or something like that. So I thought that would be really cute to put on a tiered tray. And then I picked up this cute little birdhouse, and this was 99 cents. And also the day that I went, they had 20% off of your purchase coupon, so these items were even less. And then this, I also found this in the clearance section. It was marked for $11.97, but when I scanned it, it rang up for $6.97. So I picked that up too because I thought these flowers would be really pretty. So I got that. And then one of the main reasons why I went was I made this last year sometime. So it's just a wood piece with these 3 round feet. They're ball feet, but the top edge is flat. So I made this. I painted it up. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, and then the feet I got from Michael's. But I painted it up and distressed it, and I love it, and I use it all the time in my decor and in my displays. But it was too big, so I went to get pieces to make a smaller one. So these small little round circles again are from Michael's, and they were only 99 cents. But look at the difference in the size. It's gonna be so cute. And then here are the little feet that I got. This was $4.99. I used a 40% off coupon on it, and they had another package that was $3.99. It had fewer pieces, but they were different sizes. So this was the actual size that I wanted to go on to the bottom. And again, well, this set's called doll heads. So this part here is flat, and then it's rounded at the bottom. So it's going to be perfect. So I ended up picking up 2 of the round pieces so that I can make 2 of these cute little stands. And I know recently there have been some type of stands in the Target dollar spot, but I haven't been able to find them, and I think they would actually be too big for what I needed them for. So I just decided to make my own, and pretty much I'm going to be able to make 2. So there's 11 pieces, and I use 3 feet per little stand. So I can make 3 yeah, so I'll be able to make at least 3 stands for about $5, maybe $6, something like that. So that's a good deal. Yeah, so I got that. And then I was in the paint section, and they had a ton of the Martha Stewart paints on clearance, but not all of them. So you have to be careful if you're at Michael's and you're looking at the paint. You have to be careful, or either go and scan, because like I said, not all of them are on clearance. So they had this vintage decor paint. So I think it's kind of like a whitewash, or it could even be like a chalk paint type of thing. I haven't tried this one, but I know all her paints are really good. So this one's actually called Parisian Blue, and it's really beautiful. And this is the color, my main accent color that I use in my dining room. So I got that, and this was $3.97 for this 8-ounce bottle. And then these were 97 cents each. And this I was so happy to find because this is the black that I use from her stuff, and it's called Beetle Black. So I got that for 97 cents. And then this one is called Droplet, and it's also another pretty blue color, and that was 97 cents. As well as this milk glass. I've never used this one before, but I'm thinking it's like a sheer white. So I picked up something that I'm going to try to, a glass piece that I'm going to try to paint with this to see how it turns out. And then this was in the clearance section, and this was Gold's Mother of Pearl. So it's a really pretty pearlized gold color, really pale pearlized gold, and this was $1.27. So I got that too. And then I got this pack of books for a little a small little binder that I have, and that was marked down to $1.47. So that is my haul from Michael's. So you're gonna see a lot of these things. I will be back to share with you how I alter them and how I make the little stands and the book boxes, or the book stack. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. Okay, so I'm back and I finished the wood items, so I wanted to share with you the completed items. So here are the little stands, and they are so adorable. Here is the original one, or the larger one that I had made a while ago, and I actually used this one in my kitchen, but I wanted some smaller ones to use in the dining room and possibly on my tiered tray. So I used the round wood pieces, and then also those Art Minds doll heads. So I used 3 on each. So I did make 2. I painted them with some white chalk paint, and then I used so this is the chalk paint that I use. It's just Art Minds chalk paint. And then I also used some Waverly chalk paint and truffle to do the distressing. So I think they are so adorable. So I made those. And then here's a little birdhouse. So I just painted that white, and then I think I just painted it with white paint. I don't think I used chalk paint. And then I used, oh, where did that paint go? I used a blue paint. I think it was just this pale blue. Yes, I used this pale blue, and then I went over it with this Martha Stewart vintage decor paint in Azul and Parisian blue. And then I also sprayed it with this Glimmer Mist, the Glimmer Mist and Pearl. And I sprayed it a lot, and then I just used the brush to brush it so you can see the shimmer that's on the lid. And then I put some butterflies there and there, and then I'm going to actually add a little bird right here before I put it on my display. The butterflies that you see, I used some pattern paper, which is this Bo Bunny Early Bird collection. Really beautiful springy paper collection. So I used this. I gotten it at Tuesday Morning for $2.99. I used that. I used my Martha Stewart 3-in-1 butterfly punch, and then also this EK Success butterfly punch to punch out some butterflies out of that beautiful paper, and also some book paper, and some of them I sprayed, so there's some shimmer on some of them. Actually, the book that I used, I have a book. I think I got this from Big Lots for like 50 cents, and sometimes I'll use it. I'll put like an embellishment piece in it, and then I'll spray it. So then I have all this paper, this book paper, and you can see all the butterflies I cut out right there. So I have all this paper that I can use on projects that's already shimmered. So I punched out a bunch of butterflies out of that paper and out of the pattern paper. And then I layered them. And this one has 3 layers. Some I did 2 layers, some I did 3 layers. Some of the smaller ones, some of the larger ones. And then I used it on the birdhouse, and then another piece that I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay, so then the next thing that I did was this stand here. So I looked for a vintage looking postcard on Pinterest, and I found this one, and I thought it was really, really beautiful. And then I had the idea to foil it because it was already beautiful, but I wanted to make like the cross and like the centers of the flowers and some of the embellishment or some of the flourishes pop a little bit. So I did that thing with the quickie glue pen and then some foil to foil it. So I just printed it on some cardstock. I painted this little stand piece here white, and then I used some of the truffle paint to distress it. So I did that. And then on the other side, I'm getting ready for summer too. So I make it, you know, Easter and then also summer related. So on the other side, I had this image from last year, and I love this one. It's so cute. I actually printed it on vellum. So all the distressing that you see here is actually on the wood piece. So I printed it on vellum, and then you can see the white and all the distressing from the back part. So this is, I made this piece to use on a tiered tray. And then I altered another one of those little bead garlands that I had gotten on clearance from Hobby Lobby. I think it was last year. So I just took this one. So they were all this natural color. I just took this one and dry brushed some of the chalk paint on it. And then here's one of the little bunnies. These come in a 5-pack from the Dollar Tree. So I took one and I did the napkin decoupaging with the glue stick. And then I just added a little pom-pom on its tail and then attached it to the bottom. So I took off the round piece that was on the bottom and put the bunny there. So I did that also. And then the rest of the bunnies, I painted them. I'm missing one. But I painted them with the truffle paint just to give me some chocolate bunnies, so that I can use in, you know, in some decor pieces or either some Easter crafts. I don't think I showed these on the little haul video. I'm sure I didn't because they didn't come from, these came from the Dollar Tree. They came in a 3-pack and also a 2-pack of the larger ones. So I just took them, I painted them actually with this chalk paint, which is an ivory color. So this is Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in sheepskin. So I painted them with that lightly. I didn't want to cover the whole thing. And then I went back over with some of the truffle chalk paint. And then on top of the truffle chalk paint, I went over that again and dry brushed some of the sheepskin paint again. So they're just very rustic looking, and those will be used in some displays. And then here are the larger sizes. So I am a little behind on my decorating, but it's gonna get there because it has to. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to share is this wooden block set that I got that was $4.97 from Michaels. So I used those, some pieces from those, to make book stacks. I think I told you that's what I was going to do with them. And they came out adorable. So here's the first one. So I just took them and I painted them. So the blocks came in full-on rectangles that were solid. It came in some rectangles that were, or not rectangles, some triangular pieces, and then some square pieces. So the full rectangles, there was 3 of those, and that's these pieces. So they're full rectangle pieces. I painted them all with the chalk paint, and then I went over them with distress ink to distress them because I didn't want them to be crispy white. And then I stamped them with this cute little stamp set that came from Joann's. So this is part of the Miss Sparkle and Company. And pretty much all this stuff, all the stuff that I used to alter them, I had on hand already. I didn't have to go out and buy anything I already had the twine, already had this paper. So here's some more of the butterflies. So I just took some twine, wrapped it around, and then I put some of the butterflies on it. And then I stamped fresh cut flowers. And then I wanted to make them, you know, dual purpose. So on the other side, this side says He is risen. So I can actually take the twine, move it over, and use it to display this side instead. So that's the first one. The next one is the long triangular pieces. You can see it right here. So I figured once I put them together and I stack them, you can't really see that. So I didn't have a problem using that. But I was happy because I got 3 book stacks out of this. And there's still more pieces that I could probably make a couple more. So this one I put Jesus Paid It All. And I wrapped it with some twine. And then I used one of the book paper layered butterflies. And then on the back it says Easter Blessings. So I could use this one on either side as well. I just have to, if I turn it around, I just have to move this part over. And nothing's glued to the wood pieces. So I can slip this off. I can put more twine. So nothing's glued to it. And then this one is so super cute. So this one is the squares that I ended up gluing together side by side to make one book. You can, I mean, if you look really close, you can see the seam right there, but from far away you can't see it that well. So this one I stamped Butterfly Kisses. I used some pink twine, some little egg sequins that I had, and then this cutie right here is a little bunny rabbit that I got, and it's actually a paper clip that was gifted to me by Susan Laverty last year. And so I thought it was so cute, and so I tucked it here to be like a little bunny on this book stack. And then on the other side of this one, I stamped it a little upside down. So I stamped them all before I put them together, and then, but I stamped hello on the, I should have stamped it on the top one, but it doesn't matter because like I said, they're not glued together. The 2 top pieces are not glued together, so I can take this apart, put hello on the top, and then have hello spring. So those are my book stacks, and they are just so adorable. I think they're going to be so cute. And thank you to all the people that have been posting those on Pinterest, because as soon as I saw them, and they do have them small like this, made out of wood, and that's what I was seeing on Pinterest, because I have done the larger ones. I actually have a book stack in my living room that I did sometime last year that's made out of regular books, but I wanted the tiny ones to use on my tiered tray. Okay, and then the last item is actually another item that I didn't share with you. It's just something that I was working on, so I thought I would put it. Actually, it's not. I have 2 more items. This one I haven't even finished it yet. And I actually have a picture of this. Okay, so it looked like this before. I got it from a store called Dollar King, but it actually had a label as if it came from, I think that's a 99-cent only store label. So I don't know if they had those this year or last year, but I did get it from the Dollar King, and it looked like this, but of course it's super cute, but those are not my colors. So I painted it. I'm actually not even done with it. So I pulled all the pieces off. I painted it white. I left the bunny the way he is, and then I painted the 2 other pieces pink and blue. And then I've already printed on my Scan and Cut some words that I will use, but I need to redo them because they came out smaller or not as thick as I wanted them to. So I need to thicken them before I print it. So once I print it, once I print them, then I'll put the words on, then I'll glue everything back together, and that'll be another piece for my display, which I think is so super cute. Okay, and so then the last thing, I actually didn't share the before with you in the previous recorded video, but I've been seeing these all over. These are called Decor blocks. I think I even watched a video of somebody that made the blocks out of foam board from the Dollar Tree. But I've been seeing these all over, and I think they're so cute. Of course, my farmhouse doesn't include like pigs and cows and stuff like that. So I wanted to do them, or bees. I don't like bees. So I wanted to do them, but I wanted to make them, you know, in my style, in whatever images I wanted. So I was looking around thinking, what can I make those out of? And then I came across these boxes that I already had in my stash. These are some gift boxes from the Dollar Tree. I got them last Christmas. They had them in 3 sizes, and they came complete with lids. So you bought, you know, each size was $1. So these 3 cost me $1. I didn't have to make them from scratch. They're already made. So I didn't do anything with the last one because I wanted to show you kind of like a before. And then this is the after. They are not completely finished. So this is the medium size. Here's the smaller size. So I painted them with some black paint. I couldn't believe it. I had gone to Ross last month sometime. And I came across this Martha Stewart paint in Beetle Black, which is my favorite black paint. And I have the smaller bottles, but this was an 8-ounce little jar for $1.99. So I picked that up, and that's what I used to paint the boxes. And I think it only took 1 coat. I don't think I did more than 1 coat on them. And then I also printed out I found like some ticking paper in blue, and then I already had this, which is a like a plank type paper, a wood plank type paper. So I printed those, I cut them down to size. You can see them on the side, and then you can see here's one of the ads. Some of the ads I had them already. I have a ton of digitals from Tsunami Rose Designs, some from Louisa's KSP by Louisa, but she changed her name. I just have a ton of digitals. So I went through my digitals looking for anything that was kind of like flower related. So I was looking specifically for ads, vintage looking ads, and then also some roses. So here are some that I already have cut, and I'll be using these to complete the boxes, or maybe using them on the larger box. I know these are for the larger box. This ad I really love, and so they're all flower related. I printed them on cardstock. These were like test prints for the sizes, so they're printed on regular paper, but I kept them in case I wanted to use them. So I already have these cut out. I cut them out. I distress inked the edges, and you can see here this one's not finished either. I still need to add the plank paper down the side, and then on the back here is a seed ad. Love, love, love. And then on the smaller one, I used the ticking paper all the way across. And then on this side, I put a piece of a little ad. And then here's this one for some seeds. And then on the other side is this really beautiful pink floral image. So I just love the way they're coming out so far. I'm actually going to take the crown from this, or either look through my digitals to see if I have a crown, or look for a crown on Pinterest, and I'm going to print it larger and put it on the top of all 3 boxes. So they will stack something like this, and then I'll put those probably in somewhere in my dining room, maybe on the top of my hutch. But I love, love, love them, and I can't wait to finish them. So those are all the projects that I have. These have been like ongoing for a while. I'm actually still working. I'm not off. I guess my company is considered essential. But the majority of our staff are working from home. I'm not. So I still have to go into work every day. Not on the weekends, but every day. and it seems like I'm working longer hours than normal. But we're getting things done, and I think I might be able to start working from home maybe either the end of this week coming up, or either next week or the following week. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm trying to stay safe. I go get in my car, go to work, come home, and that's it. I haven't been, if I stop, it's rare that I stop. Before, I sometimes would stop after work, right before I came home. But now, lately, I haven't been stopping at all. With all that's going on, I haven't been stopping at all. Unless it's something like that I absolutely need. Otherwise, I'll go out on like the Saturday morning or Sunday morning to like pick up like groceries or something like that if I need that. But other than that, weekends I have been kind of staying in. I live in Southern California, and we don't have, we're not completely locked down, but we do have stay-at-home orders. All non-essential businesses are supposed to be closed. And I think last week there were some non-essential businesses that were not closing and doing other things. Specifically, I'll talk about Joann's only because it impacted me a little bit, but I'm not saying anything bad about Joann's, but they did close their store and they had curbside pickup. So I actually wanted to make I have a cousin that lives in New York. Part of my family, we're from back east anyway, so I still have a lot of family on the East Coast. So I have a cousin that lives in New York, and she's a nurse. She does work in a COVID-19 unit. She does have patients that have the virus, and she was telling me, you know, I'm sure you've heard all the stories about low supplies and all that kind of stuff. So she was telling me that their masks, initially they were told to use one mask per patient. So if they, you know, had on a mask and then they went to a different patient, they needed to take off that mask and put on another one. And then their stock is running so low that they told them to use one mask a week. So they're no longer changing them per patient. They're keeping them for a week and then changing them out. So that's what she told me. I'm not sure what hospital she works at, but that's what she told me. And so I had decided to make her some masks. So I ordered some stuff from Joann's. It said curbside pickup, which is fine with me. They sent me an email telling me my order was ready. I went to pick it up right after work, and I actually left work early to go there because they closed at 6. So I left work early to go there to pick it up, and their store was completely closed. I actually called them. There was somebody in the store. They answered the phone, and they told me that their stores were closed and all curbside pickup orders were canceled. And I was like, great. What am I going to do? So anyway, and then when I came home, I was watching the news, and I had heard that the mayor said that any non-essential businesses that were still open could have their lights and their power and water turned off. So I guess he's stressing to them, if you're not essential, you better close, or you're going to come up with some fines or something like that. So I understood why they closed. So I just have to look through my stash and stuff to look for things. I did see a video by Tamika, who has Scrap the World. I'll put a link to her channel in the description box, where she did a video of making masks purely using Dollar Tree stuff. So yesterday, which was Saturday, I went to Dollar Tree. I found some cotton fabric, and then I went and got some of the headbands that are elastic, and so I'm gonna be making her mask out of that. And I'm sure I have some elastic. I just gotta look through my sewing stuff, and I know for a fact that I have other fabrics that I can use. But yeah, so I will be making her some masks and sending them to her. We actually found some. They were surgical masks. They're not the ideal masks for them, But so what my cousin said, because I know that a lot of people that are doing mask videos, they always get those comments, or I see those comments, well, they can't use these, or these aren't protective, or they don't, you know, block out the virus and that kind of thing. What my cousin told me, I called her and asked her before I even attempted to do anything, you know, are you guys allowed to wear handmade masks? And she said, quote unquote, at this point we'll take anything. Because their supply, like I said, she said the supply was so low. And she said if anything, they can take them and put them over their N95 masks, and that will help them last longer. So I'm making her masks. I was initially going to try to make them with some type of filter in it. But then when she said that, I was like, well, I need to make them, but not make them, just make them like a cover, not really make them so that you can put something in it. But I might make them. I saw a video where the sides were open, that they could slip something in there. So like maybe they could slip in one of the surgical masks, but the shape of this mask is more of a better cover and a better fit. So I don't know, but I'll be making her some masks and sending them to her, and continue on working. So I am a little behind in my decorating because, like I said, I've been working a little bit longer than normal. And when I get home, I am exhausted. And thank goodness, I had a sinus, my last few videos, if you watch them, you know that I had a very bad, that I was sick. I had a very bad sinus cold. And I'm glad that that is gone and over with, because initially when I got it, there was already a little bit of talk about this coronavirus, but not a lot. But it did make me wonder, and I did look up the symptoms for it when I had that. And it was not, I know that it was not that. I didn't have any like flu-like symptoms. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have body aches. I didn't have nausea. So I know that it wasn't, it was all in the sinuses. All that, you know, it was a lot of congestion and sinuses. I didn't have problems breathing per se, like with my lungs. It was more like, you know, in my nose and my throat. So I'm completely over that, and I'm really glad, because I wouldn't want to be dealing with that. Actually, if I had that right now, I wouldn't be able to work. They would send me home. So I hope that you guys are, if you are working at home, I hope that you're, you know, enjoying it. And not going stir crazy. If you're not working at home, I hope that you're out. Whether you're working at home or not, if you're going out, I hope you're being safe and, you know, observing the social distancing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like praying for everybody that is sick, and that I hope that they recover, have a full recovery, and that they recover quickly. It's so sad to hear about, you know, all the people that are dying from this. And yeah, just praying for everybody. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope you're having a really great day. Bye.